Was I good or good?
Sorry?
Was I good or good?
What,
I knew it.
sorry.
I knew it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to BizTalk World Talk Show presented by ClickAway Creators. Today, this session is not with a venture's owner or a C-level executive, but with a man who drastically changed his career from serving in Indian Navy for 23 years since 1989 to May 2012, to a corporate trainer, and then to a successful stand-up comedian known by the name Naughty Commander. We all know him. So without talking more about him and without taking more time of yours, let me directly introduce you to the man himself. Hi, Manish. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so very much for getting me here. It's an honor.
It's all our pleasure, and as I said, it's the first time when we are doing it with someone who's not really a founder or a co-founder or a C-level executive. But the major point of this session would be getting motivation from your profile and from your journey so far. So
Hope that motivates me too. Okay.
of course, yeah. Before I say anything, first of all, thank you very much for your service. You have, given a lot of time to the Indian Navy.
Anytime.
Heads off to you for that. And now to start with the session, as I mentioned, this session would be really special for us in the sense of having some motivation towards the end. And we will not talk about the random questions and general questions which you have answered or in all of your talks. But allow me to start by asking, how smooth or bumpy was the transition from being a commander to a corporate trainer? I mean, it sounds pretty far from each other to me.
So it wasn't easy that way because, the point is, irrespective of the fact that officers from the armed forces go through phenomenal amount of training themselves, but then that's a very structured training and it's all laid out
Mm-hmm.
in your curriculum and, it's a very standard pattern. But then the moment you talk about corporate training, there's a huge shift in the entire, when we talk about training need analysis, it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
Every organization has a different need for training vis-a-vis, so it becomes challenging there. So for me, the biggest challenge started with the fact that irrespective of, like I said, I was a commander and I'm an engineer, but to become a corporate trainer, the question was, what is your experience in corporate training when I started out? So obviously the experience was nil as far as corporates are concerned. And, but what I did was quickly, towards D minus 6 months, let's say D minus 6 months, as in when I quit the Navy, 6 months before that, there is those days, and I think even now they send the officers to different management institutes for doing a 6 minute certificate in business management kind of a course. It was there where I met one colonel who said, Manish, because he used to, whenever the teacher or professor didn't come, I was the one who was like, nah, 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 kuch bhi chalta rehta tha. So he was like, why don't you become a corporate trainer? And then that I said, yeah, I do want to do that, but I don't know how to do it. So I started connecting with a lot of people on LinkedIn. And I think by the time I quit the Navy in 31st May 2012, I had connected with about 2,500 professionals on LinkedIn from training industry, written to almost everybody, got a reply from like 100 plus of them, spoken or and met 50, more than 50 trainers, and by the time I was out, I already had some assignments lined up with me. So that was my preparatory thing, which I did, not guided by anybody, but it was all there inside that I think I should work backwards. And, that's how it happened. And so when I quit the Navy, I started training. I was empaneled with a few training organizations and I started learning how things happen. Like even if it's business development or even if it's going and delivering a module out there. And after 2 years, I then, founded my own Ground Zero Learnings and I started doing my own work till stand-up comedy took over and said, okay, abhi bahut ho gaya.
So yeah, you mean you've already got trained and you got some trainer to talk to, and that's how you end up being a corporate
Yes,
trainer first.
yes, you have to speak to people because if you're going, it's like, you're going out there, you just don't know, learning the ropes right from the beginning and starting from the rock bottom of the training industry. So yeah.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. You were also engaged as the business head India for the channel partners of Cummins India Limited. How was that
Yes.
phase, and why you actually left the position, or what happened really there?
So when I was quitting, like I said, when I was in naval headquarters at that point in time, and as an engineer, one of my counterparts came up and said, Sir, Cummins is looking for somebody to join them because they are giving the mandate of marine business to the channel partners, which is Sudhir Gensets in Gurgaon. They have an association for land-based gensets for the last 30 years. So I was like, okay. So I spoke to Cummins and they said, we want you in Pune. And I said, look, I can't leave Delhi NCR at this point in time for personal reasons. And they said, okay, fine, then you can. So I went and I reached out to Sudhir Gensets, went, had an interview and one interview, and I was there with them. So initially when it started, I was like, very clear in my mind that because the whole mandate was being shifted, I spoke to my, the CMD, Mr. Seth, and I said, sir, at this point in time, we don't have that kind of work right now because I know how much, as a marine segment, how the business works. So he agreed to, and it was my personal, I think at some point I was, because I had some training assignments also lined up. So I said, मुझे वो भी करना है. So I said, sir, I'll give you 2 days a week. And he was like, we don't work like this. I said, sir, then sorry. And he said, no, 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 okay, let's get this guy on board. So I started working 2 days a week with them as a consultant and Business at India. And that remained for the next, I worked with them for 3 years. And I think I may not be, if I remember, we must have clocked about 100 CR worth of sales through marketing at that point in time in that whole marine segment. But like I said, so 2012, stand-up comedy started in 2014, the open mics. 2015, by 2015 end, mid 15, I was already doing well in corporate training. I was also doing well in stand-up comedy. And I was like, karna to yahi hai. So, and also there was some, changes happening in the organization at Cummins and their partnership. So I was like, sir, I think I must. So they were like, why do you want to leave? I said, nahi hoga. And that's how I shifted. Yeah, so there was certain.
So, yeah, precisely. That was the time when you thought of pursuing stand-up comedy. I mean, like
2014
really
when I started the open mics. So when I quit Sudhir Gensets, I had probably at that time started doing some multi-artist shows in Delhi NCR at that point in time. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's also wonderful. I mean, being into Navy and then corporates and then corporate trainer and then stand-up comedy. Which one is? I mean, which one you vote for?
I vote for all of them. It's like comparing apples and oranges. You can't. They're all equally challenging. They have their own challenges. They have their own glamour, whether it's armed forces, whether it is corporate training, or whether it is stand-up comedy. They have their own, your own name, fame, whatever. It's all up to you what you can make out of yourself out there.
How was your first session? I mean, of open mic. I'm sure you got.
Everybody remembers first love types, right?
Exactly. So let's talk about that. How was that?
So for me, as a corporate trainer, I was also a cultural secretary in college. Okay, so stage and mic and all was never. I never had stage fright. I never had any issues with any number of audience out there. It was only learning what stand-up comedy is all about. So when I did my first open mic, I think it was somewhere in August of 2014. It was a packed room, and they were the biggest of names today you hear in India of stand-up comedy. Used to do open mics in Delhi at that point in time. Name anybody, they were all there. So it was my first open mic, and I didn't even know. And he said, "Okay, time's up," and I like, "Ho gaya." It's like 4 minutes are done. I didn't know because as a trainer, you were used to telling stories, and so yeah, it was good. And over there, I met some other guys who, eventually then said, "Sir, oh, why don't you come to our open mic and, write to us for spots?" And just things, one by one, things kept, happening. And it was one door opening to the other door like that.
Was the storytelling your initial phase? I mean, was it your game? I mean, we call it now storytelling, or, the random jokes that we used to hear, when there was this stand-up comedy shows which started. We had, I guess, Sunil Pal and all these, these legendary stand-up comedians. So was that something that hits you now, or you have your own genre of storytelling? I mean, of course, we have watched your videos, all of them. What's your genre right now?
So for me, initially, look, first of all, starting stand-up at the age of 50 is not easy when you are competing with guys who are 20, 21.
Agreed.
some of my friends have the children that age and probably older, and if I had a child, would have been older than that at that time. I mean, then. Yeah. So it was very easy that way to, to, and then you're a commander and everybody looks up to you, and us waqt thoda look different, clean shaven, and you look very stern and you look like distant, and people
Yeah.
would not really so easily. It's like that, like if you know how it is. And so it became, so I was not very sure what stand-up comedy is all about because I had no idea. Okay. I knew that you got to get on the stage and joke bolna hai. It's only a little later I realized, oh, apna joke bolna hai. You know, I didn't know. I
Yeah.
didn't know. I mean, I just thought that you got to go and tell random jokes over there. So it's only later on, after a while, when one or two guys who came up to me and said, "Sir, you have a presence on stage, you have everything, but you need to understand that you need to create your own stuff." And that's where it hit me. And I said, "Yeah, okay, this is how it's done." And I started doing it. So my comedy right now is pretty much very observational based comedy. I observe things. It's also news based. Whatever latest news come around, like a simple thing, like I got my second jab, and one of my cousin, brother-in-law, Jija ji jaise hote hain, he said, "Raat ko paracetamol kha lena." I said, "Why?" He said, "Fever aayega." It's okay. Next morning he called a bukhar aaya. I said, "Nahi aaya." Bola, "Tumhara vaccination nakli tha." So, I mean, this becomes a joke in itself because, and then it becomes relatable because suddenly you
Yeah.
realize a lot of people are talking about vaccines not being, original, nakli hai, asli and all that stuff. So it is
Yeah.
observation based and, of course, blended with a lot of new stuff which is happening around. Yeah.
It's coming out of WhatsApp University, I guess.
The news, yeah, no, that apart, let's say a typical news, like there's another news which I read which said that in a survey in America, in US, they found out that 1 in 2 Indian Americans feel discriminated in US. 1 in 2 Indian Americans feel discriminated in US. And I'm like, 1 in 1 Indian feels discriminated in India.
In
So,
India, yeah.
we all discriminated at some point. तो उसमें इतना बड़ा क्या मतलब news? So, giving it a twist there and things like that, it just works at that point in time. And
I mean, Americans get offended on behalf of someone.
Indian
That's how
American,
they are.
Indian
In
American,
American.
Indian
Yeah,
American.
Indian American.
Yeah,
Yeah,
simply
okay. Again, a random question. Who were the guys you were learning, the stand-up comedy with? I mean, your learning experience was shared with whom?
No, learning experience shared, matlab, as in whom did I learn from?
As in, whom did you learn from, and who were the guys who were with you when you were learning, and they were also learning, and
Everybody was there at that point in time. You name like Zakir Khan was there, Abhishek Upmanyu, Jiveshu, Rajnish Kapoor, Abhijit Ganguly, Niti Palta, Manik Mana was one guy who used to do, and there was this entire Amit Tandon used to come there. So everybody you name it today in Indian stand-up scenario was there in the open mics, and I feel very privileged that I shared the stage with them. Although I bombed most of the time, but yeah.
You're talking about bombing. I mean, like talking about bombing, I have read a lot of about you, not especially for this session, but like in a general way. In all of your talks and even on Joe's talks and everywhere, I know we have heard you talking about your daughter who really motivated you to pursue stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
So when you were bombing, or when was your daughter there when you were first time there, or
she's very
when
young.
it was
She's
not
a
really working
teenager.
out?
She's never been to my show, although she wants to. I said, no, not yet. Sorry. You can't come and listen to my content.
So she was not there. She was not really there.
No.
How did she really motivate you in that case? I mean, how did you find it?
Yeah, it's like this, children, at times leave an impact on you at some point in time. This is how life happens. So at one point there was somewhere, one of the days when she was crying, and every time, when she cried, she used to, now she's like older, but if she cried, I would be, cracking jokes and, doing some stupid stuff to make her, any father would do that, like that. And then, she said, one day she just randomly said, "Dad, you make me, that same thing. Whenever I'm crying, you make me laugh. So why don't you become, maybe she had seen some, I think, Kapil Sharma ka show or something. She said, "Aap unke jaise kyun nahi ban jate ho?" And all. I said, okay, fair enough. Sounds good. Why not? Give it a shot.
That little word, I guess, turned out to be very, very good for us. I mean, viewers like us really enjoyed. My father really loves your stand-up comedy. I mean, he doesn't really share it with my mother.
Probably, but I'm sure we share the same.
Yeah, he's elder than he's of your age.
I'm
Yeah.
54, so he must be.
He's 55.
Yeah, that's what I said. Same journey.
Same age, yeah. He doesn't share this with my mom, of course, for the content. But yeah,
That's
he
why a
does
lot
that.
of that's why a lot of kids your age come and watch me, and they say, "हाँ हमारे पापा भी ऐसे ही थे." तो
My mom loves Zakir, by the way, because he's more of a clean. I once asked her to saw Tanmay Bhatt, and she was like, "No, I don't want to watch it." So I was like,
each
"Okay,
one,
no,
it's a personal preference and choice.
it's a personal preference, of course, but I love everyone. I mean, it's the
Yeah,
wittiness that I love everywhere.
yeah.
But all right. So far, it has been a great conversation, as I promised to have like a conversation. Before we really end this session, because apart from this, everybody knows everything about you. I don't want to repeat any question on this, but let's have a quick session. Let's have a rapid fire here. I have
Okay.
some questions with me. I've jogged on some questions, so I hope you're ready.
Yeah, sure.
All right, let's go. So, what's your take on politics, and are you an active participant in political discussions?
No, I do, but I'm very neutral.
All right, okay,
Country
okay.
first.
So, yeah, that's the rule.
That's about it.
So, it's not establishment or the other side for you?
No. Everybody is सब एक हैं वो लोग. It's us versus them. It's as simple as that.
That is very well put. What Naughty Commander really do when he is doing nothing?
Netflix, Amazon, movie, whatever, something like that.
What's your favorite show on Netflix? I mean, series that you're currently watching.
I just finished watching Kominsky Method.
Uh-huh.
I think that's what it's called, Kominsky Method. Yeah,
Kominsky
that's
Method.
Michael Douglas, and yeah, it's amazing. I loved it.
All right, so that would be a reference from Manish.
You must watch.
Of course, I will. Why Naughty Commander only? I mean, why the name Naughty Commander only?
So there was a guy who was we were doing a small session in Dehradun, and a much younger guy. He comes by the name Digital Gandhi Onkar. So we were traveling back together, and he's a digital consultant, media consultant. So he said Manish Tyagi doesn't go well. Nobody will remember you as Manish Tyagi. He said you should have a name which syncs with your past and the present. So Commander was easy. Naughty was because I was doing a lot of jokes at that time, which were NAUGHTY, which I could not write NAUGHTY. So I thought of it. And as an engineer, you measure the speed of the ship in KNOTS. All right. Knots. Yeah. So I said, okay, so that's Naughty can become this Naughty. So that's how.
That's pretty technical. Okay. I hope everybody got it. What's the weirdest situation you ever came across to?
In where? Many times.
On stage, let's say on stage.
On stage, for a stand-up comic, a weird situation could be multiple. One could be like you bomb and the audience is getting offended, and you're just not able to. You just.
I mean, that went really at par. I mean, it's your first, so you're just walking and just climbing the stair.
No, many times. So. Nahin. So for me on stage, a weird thing would be like when we were doing our first multi-artist shows in Akshara Theatre way back in Delhi and all. There was a group of ladies, and at the moment I got on stage, they started screaming, "Oh, Manish, I love you," and all. I'm like, "Dude, ho gaya, show nahi hoga," like that. So that was pretty. I think it was funny also.
Okay, is there something that keeps you awake at night? If yes, what is it?
A lot of thoughts.
What's better, ocean or land?
Both are equally important.
I mean, I don't want to hear now both. I mean, you're more of both people. I mean,
no.
If
I'm very seasick. I'm very seasick. So land, yes.
Okay, that's irony. Corporate shows or open mics?
Money comes in corporates. Open mics, mein audience nahi aati. I think corporates should be there.
Okay. Was I good or good?
Sorry?
Was I good or good?
I knew it.
I knew it. I would have bombed this question. Was I good or really good?
No, you're very good.
Okay, I was very good. Okay, I knew it. I intentionally put this question. I mean, I thought that I could break something here, but yeah, I know I bombed it.
Very good.
All right, so it's time to wrap it up. And but before I do that, I would, of course, love to thank you. Thank you so much for sharing such great insights with us about your journey and having this great session. We would love to have you in our future sessions again. So for our viewers, if you like this chat with Mr. Tyagi, Please like and share this video, and of course, click on that subscribe button and subscribe to Click Away Creators YouTube channel, and also Naughty Commander's YouTube channel to have more comedy videos from his side and from ours to have more coming in from industry leaders. This is Sagar for BizTalk World, signing off.
Thank you so very much. Take care.